So, welcome to the Chocolate Gourmet Festival from Hanover. My name is Michaela Schupp from Schokoladen-Gourmet-Festival, and my guest is coming from Honduras. It's Monica Pedemonte from PALATO Chocolate. Welcome, Monica.
Thank you, and thank you for the invitation. It's great to be here.
Yes, and thank you for joining us. And we're very curious to hear about your chocolate story and history.
Well, just to go a little towards the beginning, I've always been interested in the world of pastry and chocolate, and since I was a little girl, I've always been chocolate fanatic, and I always wanted to study culinary arts. I at first, when I graduated from school, I did my what do you call it? My undergrad degree in communications and business administration.
Mm-hmm.
And then after working a few years, I really realized that that wasn't for me. And so I went to culinary school. And in Argentina, it was a great experience. And then when I came back to Honduras, I started doing pastries from home and working chocolate bonbons and all that. But unfortunately, at that time, it was back in 2006, we didn't really make chocolate in Honduras yet. So we had to, bring it in from Europe, from the States. And so that's how all the interest in making chocolate started. So it was way back then. But it was not until 5-6 years ago that I met some people that were involved in cacao growing and exporting. And at first, with my husband, we were actually thinking of growing cacao. But after further research and all that, we're not. We didn't study agronomy.
Yeah.
So it was more my side of the, chocolate knowledge, or that got us into making chocolate. And through very good contacts and networking in this industry, I met great people that taught me all there is to making chocolate from bean to bar.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it got started. We're still a small business here in Honduras, trying to get our chocolate to the rest of the world. So
okay. And where do you source your cacao? Because I know in Honduras, cacao does grow there.
Yes. Well, that's how the interest in making chocolate started, because we are a cacao growing country, and yes, the origins of cacao started in this region. So it was always, why don't we have chocolate? And the first cacao we worked with is from La Mosquitia, which is a tropical rainforest, very large, the biggest one in Central America. I think it's the largest after the Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
It's a place you have to access either by plane or by boat.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's not very easy to get there, and the cacao is slightly more expensive, but they grow really good cacao, and they have a really good co-op that has had a lot of support, to learn all the practices for post-harvest and fermentation. And so that's like our main bean. The majority of our chocolates are from that region. We also use cacao from Choco, which they grow cacao in different parts of the country, but they have really good traceability, and they're very consistent with flavor, and and also being very supportive to the growers, and having fair wages and all that. So
mm-hmm,
those are the two main beans we use. We receive beans from a lot of parts of the country, but we're still trying them out. And with all this pandemic going on, it has been a little hard to work, but we're getting there, and hopefully we can get more bars from different regions of Honduras.
Yeah. Are there different types of cacaos in Honduras?
The main type of cacao that you find here is Trinitario cacao. I believe, well, Choco uses the Mayan red, which is like a hybrid, no, like a blend. I think it has a higher percentage of Criollo bean, and so that's why you have different flavors, maybe more fruity, more citrusy. While the other beans from Wampusirpi, they're a little bit more around the flavors of nuttiness, chocolatey. You do, with different roast, you can get other flavors, a bit more fruity.
Yeah.
But they're excellent cacaos. I think that what helped me a lot in the chocolate and understanding chocolate and its flavor and the importance of having good quality beans to work with was a course I took in chocolate tasting, where I
where we met
Michaela, yes, and that really helped me in making my products a lot better and putting up more interest in all the flavor notes and the different roasting and the different parts of refining as well, because sometimes you would lose with all the testing and beans and stuff, you can lose the flavor of chocolate if you refine too much or
sure.
So we're working on it. We're still.
You write everything down?
Yes. I'm a paper type of person. I have a lot of notebooks with notes and stuff. My husband calls them like hieroglyphics because you can barely tell what it's written down, but I understand.
Yeah, that's the most important thing, that you understand. Okay.
Yeah.
And what type of chocolates do you make?
Well, we have dark chocolates, which the highest percentage right now is a 75, and we also have a 65 dark. We have, in those dark chocolates, we have one with inclusions, which it has a orange oil, which is made here in Honduras as well, and almond, and another one with salt, which is really popular.
Okay.
It gives it it enhances a little bit the flavor notes of the chocolate, so it's good. And then we have 2 milk chocolates, which is a dark milk, and 45 milk, which is for the sweeter palate, which actually here it's very, very, people are very used to very sweet chocolate. So we have a good market for that. And then we have 2 white chocolates, one with cacao nibs and one with lemon oil and pink salt, which is one of our best-selling bars. It's also very sweet.
Okay. And did you ever think about producing 100% bar?
Yes, we actually we're trying out an 100% bar and an 80 or 85% bar with alternative sugars, coconut sugar, but it's still in the works. There's not much market here for that higher percentage bars. People are not used to very dark chocolate, but I know there is a good market outside of Honduras, which looks into that range of darkness in chocolate.
Yeah. So the sweet tooth people have, what type of chocolate do they eat? Is it like the market, the candy bars, and
unfortunately, here we're still in the process of teaching people what real chocolate tastes like, because they're used to candy bars from the supermarket or dark chocolate bars from other commercial brands that, as we learned in our chocolate tasting program, they do have notes that are very artificial. Yeah. But with all this going on, on the positive side of the pandemic, a lot of people are trying to consume local and are very enthusiastic about consuming local chocolate. and so that's helped us survive this. And people are more also concerned about what they're putting into their body. It's a small percentage of people, you know, like having food that doesn't have preservatives or additives or whatever. And so I think it's a work in progress. So we're trying to teaching you know, our market to consume and to appreciate the flavors of cacao.
Even
though you'd be surprised, it's a small country and a lot of people don't know we grow cacao.
Even the local people don't know.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, well, our main product is coffee, so people are more aware of coffee growing. So, but cacao is getting to be known in the market, and well, we're still trying out and trying to get our products outside of Honduras.
Okay. We'll help you with that.
Thank you. Yeah.
And who designed your packaging? Because I love your. It's very elegant, I think.
Well, I did. I think it with the packaging, when you have a product that you know you do it by yourself, it's like your baby, you know, and you want to give it the image of yourself. Because usually a lot of people actually say, why don't you have more colors or, you know, plants or animals, which are very common in Honduran products or Central American products, you know, that you find colorful, more ethnic, folkloric items in the packaging. But that really didn't portray me. I'm not a very colorful, I'm a very black and white type of person. And I like the simpleness and the elegance that it, you know, shows. And I don't know, it was just something, and I went through a lot of designs and it was really hard because I always went for the more simple, and I worked with designers and they didn't, it was tough, but at the end we ended up with that final design.
Yeah, it's beautiful in my view.
Thank you.
Okay. Just one more last question on the cocoa farmers. The money they get for the beans is, do they make enough? Can they make an income so they can live on it, or how does it work?
Yes, actually, well, the Wampusirpi beans, the ones that are in La Mosquitia, it's a really, there's a lot of poverty, there's a lot of conflict, because it has, since it's such a remote area and easy access to drug trafficking, unfortunately, it's a very conflicted area. But the cacao growing helps these families to not go into, you know, to not be tempted into going into that area, because they do get a fair wage, and they get, it's like I think it's like 300 families benefited from that area. It has different purposes, and that's why they get a lot of help from outside of Honduras, a lot of what do you call it, ONGs, NGOs, sorry. So these people can have money well made. They're also protecting the rainforest, because the closest part to that area, there's a lot of they I don't know how do you say it in English, but to cut down the deforestation is really hard to control. And so this is the other side of the river, and so the cacao growing families benefit both from preserving the area and having an income that helps them, you know, sustain their families. And so and also from the beans from other growers. We went a year, like 8 months ago. We went to visit the growers that they buy their beans from, and they always, because we wanted to meet them and, you know, see if they're the people we buy our beans from are really paying them what they
need to have.
What they need to have. And the nice part of it is that they don't just get paid fairly, but they also help them in teaching them how to better the process of fermentation. And they're not very well controlled, but they learn, and they know that they have to have good beans and good processes for them to sell their beans at a good price. So, you know, they're also getting knowledge from people that know about all the post-harvesting part of the cacao industry.
And who sets the price? Is it this organization that helps the cacao farmers, or do they negotiate themselves?
I think they negotiate. They work. They usually have co-ops, and so that helps. Yeah. So the growers have their organizations, and it guarantees them that they're all getting paid what they're supposed to be getting paid for.